Welcome back to the channel. I have Lizzie Smiley, who is the owner and podcaster of How to Sell Your Stuff podcast that is on Spotify, Apple, and a few other platforms. I think you're everywhere, right, Lizzie, with
Yes.
all of your podcasts. And if you haven't heard of Lizzie yet, let me introduce you because she is a previous multi six figure Etsy seller. She's been in the print on demand space, she's been in the handmade space, and she currently is in the digital space. If anyone hasn't already seen, I have Lizzie's channel down below. Don't forget to subscribe to her because she is always posting her podcasts, and then also you're posting tutorials on your channel now too. So Lizzie is a busy bee and she has so much wealth of knowledge to learn. So don't forget to subscribe, check out her podcast down below and the other links we have in the description. This all segues into the meat of this video, which is really exciting to bring to you all. And Lizzie is going to share some trends for the holiday season that you can use right away that is making sellers thousands on Etsy right now in the digital space, in the print on demand space, handmade space, wherever you're at on Etsy. These trends are going to be very, very great to use in the upcoming months. So, if you wanted to just jump into our first trend that you found.
Okay, so I am going to show you a couple of the biggest trends on Etsy right now and what I'm anticipating going from, early fall into the holiday season. So we're going to look at the trends and we're going to extrapolate out what we can create next. I'm also going to show you the best AI design software that I have found to create that trend with examples. And if you want the prompts completely free of all of the designs I'm going to show you today, there's going to be a link below in the description where you can grab these prompts free, and I'm going to share them with you and you can go run and make your life easier. So the first trend is going to be the doodle style. And this is where we're seeing a very hand-drawn doodle style design. It's typically monochromatic, just one color, like what we're looking at here for the teacher niche. This is perfect to see the stats on because it is showing back to school, which just happened. And so this is like obviously a light blue, and we are seeing all these little hand-drawn elements with a very doodle style font. And in the last 3 months, it's sold 271 times for print on demand. So we're looking at, it's incredible. We're looking at revenue of around $7,400 according to Everbee. So if we're going to think forward, so for fall, this is a PNG design that's brand new, that's starting to pick up steam in the same design style, only it's more for fall and Thanksgiving. We're seeing it being brand new, and we're going to let's see. Oops. The It's been up for 6 months, and right now it's at about 6 sales. So this will start to continue to grow as the fall season, as people are starting to buy shirts for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
If you wanted to do something like this for Christmas, now would be the time to design it, or even thinking into the new year. And what I found is that ChatGPT actually gave me the best design results for this style. What I did, like again, the prompt is going to be in that freebie for you. I said I wanted a doodle style design. I kind of described what I wanted. And I mean, I would then take this into Canva and play with it a little bit, but this isn't bad at all. Like everything is spelled correctly. I've got cute little doodle designs. I could reorient them if I wanted to. But this is number one, like such a hot trend right now that you could take into the holidays or into any other niche or micro niche. Any comments, Heather?
I think that is great. And we've seen this also in the bachelorette party niche on Etsy. So if anyone is already in there, I'm sure you've probably already seen that in the space. Also, I love that you mentioned just using it like how you have on the screen with doing the seasonal Christmas and Thanksgiving. So I think this is right on par for what we're seeing as far as a very viral trend right now on Etsy. So I know the next one, I believe you said was the watercolor pumpkin trend, or maybe I'm
Sure.
one ahead, I think.
Yeah, let's look at the watercolor pumpkin trend. This is the print on demand example. So it's very brush strokey. It looks like acrylic paint painted together. It looks literally like someone just painted on the shirt, but it would be like, it would just be a design that you create. We also have a number of these in, like, they're selling well as digital PNG. So here's an example of this, and this is kind of what I recreated. However, the same prompt could be rewritten for this more moody, dark color design. So let me see. The stats on this one is in 11 months, it sold 205 times. I think that this number isn't accurate right now. Something's up with the connection because it is a bestseller. So we know it's selling like crazy. It's been bought 5 times for print on demand in the last 24 hours. And as a digital product, this has been up for 2 months and already sold 15 times with a bestseller badge. So this one I recommend creating with ideogram. And I know Heather loves to use ideogram with Kittle. So you'd be able to find a link to try that below in the description. Is that correct, Heather?
Yep.
So the prompt I'm going to give you is, and you can tweak it however you want, but this is very much the same, more for fall. Leopard print is super on trend right now. The little glitter outline is super on trend. And of course, we have our very like brush strokey watercolor style pumpkin here. Here is another example of the same exact prompt and another output that it gave me. This would look absolutely adorable on a shirt. What do you think, Heather?
Yeah, that is so adorable. And also, I just want to note that Lizzie is such a genius in not only taking a trend, but also you add so much value to this trend. I think that's one thing that with AI, like you said about being ethical with AI and your prompts you're doing, you're adding value, you're taking this trend and morphing it into a entirely new graphic type. And that's something that
Yes.
you teach so well in the master classes I've seen and your YouTube channel. So I love, 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 love this graphic and the colors. So beautiful.
I think it pulls everything together really perfectly, and you could upscale this, use this as a print on demand design, or sell as a digital product, and it would do really well. So, again, and that's another free prompt for you. The next one we want to talk about is the postage stamp trend.
Yep.
Here we go. So I just pulled up, for the sake of time, I just pulled up a digital product example of this. But my guess is if you've been looking at Etsy at the bestsellers, you've seen these Doodle postage stamps. So what is the concept? We're seeing kind of a grid style, multiple stamps placed together on the shirt with a common theme. And then notice these cute little elements. Always pay attention to the details when you're designing, guys. Don't just do the stamps. Notice the little postage mark here and here. Notice the coquette bow, bringing it all together. Like there's a lot of thought. There's even a bow on the cat. So this particular PNG has been doing really, really well. In 2 months, it's sold over 500 times. For this is passive income because it's a digital product. And we're just seeing this blow up in every niche.
Yep.
So going into Christmas, the holidays, I would actually suggest you trend combine. I wouldn't just do Christmas. I think there'll be a lot of competition. But if you were to use Christmas and then bring it together with something else, like the teacher niche or the nurse niche or the fishing niche, there could be some really interesting ways you could go about it. But ideogram will give you a really quick, just like this, collage of postage stamps. And you could do that. And then the other thing I really like to do when I want to spend more time and create a more intentional design, I'll actually take the individual pieces of this prompt that I'm giving you and I'll put them into ChatGPT and generate each stamp individually and create the collage. That's not as fast as just throwing it into the AI and having it create the whole design. But that's just kind of a pro tip from me. You'll get a bit of a better result if you go that way.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. And you did such beautiful work on these stamps. And this is really hard to recreate because I typically use either Kittle or Midjourney. And yeah, thank you again. Again, just hinting at that link in the description because
Yeah.
Lizzie is literally giving you free prompts, which, trying, even from my experience, it's so hard to figure out what to write. It's one thing to visualize it, but for me, even being like you're in the creative space as well, where it's hard to take what you visually see and put it on paper in writing. So, but yeah, anyways, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful outcome here. And what is the next trend that you're
Yes.
seeing?
Yes, and so in addition to the prompts, I'll remind you in on that document of what design software I recommend as well because that's going to vary. We're going to see that now. So, a huge trend, like I don't know if you guys have tried phone cases and print on demand yet, but you should if you haven't. This
Yep.
kind of 3D clay effect is really popular right now. So this is selling for 26.93, which I don't know, Heather could tell us better, but that sounds like a really good profit margin for a phone case.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're looking at well over, I would say for using Printify, well over $7 to $10 of
Wow.
profit per case with Etsy fees. Given that's if you have Printify Premium a lot in most of those cases, but still you could get a healthy over $5 of profit at that price. So
I'm That's amazing for me for a phone case. And this one's been up for a year. It's sold 79 times and made about, well, this is not taking into considering the sale price, but about $2,300. Now, this kind of style, I recommend using Midjourney. So here's what we got with the prompts we created. Can you imagine how incredible this would look on a phone case? I feel like that's just
it's
I love the
gorgeous.
3D effect and it's so fun.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
so I
gorgeous.
mean, you can't beat Midjourney when it comes to this. And then also our other phone case example, which is the stained glass effect, which is just so beautiful. Also, randomly, hummingbirds are their own little micro niche trend. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Um, so
Yep.
this one, two have bought it in the last 24 hours. It's selling at a lower price point, but this guy sold 104 times. Again, I recommend Midjourney for your watercolor style or your stained glass style. Look at how cute this turned out, and I made it a little whimsical. There were some others. Oh, where are they? Look at these. They're all so pretty. I
Oh,
mean, you could go more bright, you could go more moody, you could even make it go holiday. I feel like, but for sure, Midjourney for the stained glass effect.
yeah, and what I like to add in, bonus for anyone still listening into this, is to add gold flecked or silver flecked
Oh,
welding. I really loved adding that. Actually, some of my bestsellers currently, or not bestseller, but I feel like they're gonna go that way because I am getting about like I'm gonna say 3 orders a day on one of my stained glass phone case designs I did. And that one I did gold flecked. So pro tip for anyone still watching. So that is all for the trends and a little insight of trends that we are sharing today. Lizzie does have some bonus trends on, I know you said prompts for coloring pages. So if you all want to see a little bit more of that, and also hear about some of Lizzie's master classes. I know you have one on coloring pages, right? It's a whole master class on that. So
pretty
if
much everything you can design, I've got one for, and a massive prompts package that's ready for you guys below.
Yep. So don't forget to check out those links. Lizzie, thank you so much for coming on to my channel and sharing all of your wealth in prompts and all of these different prompts that people can hop onto these trends as soon as today and the next few weeks on Etsy. So thanks for coming on the channel.
Thank you so much for having me, Heather. It's been so fun. Anything for you.
Oh, alrighty. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Again, don't forget to check out the links in the description. Follow Lizzie, and we'll see you guys in the next videos here. Alrighty. Bye, guys.